Well, folks, we are coming to the end of 2017, and it's time for us to do our annual best fixed blades of the year. So we're going to be taking a look today at the knives that I believe just kind of stand out from the crowd. Maybe it's, the designs, the features, it's the price sometimes, that just really makes this a standout good knife that you need to have on your wish list if you're a knife lover just like me. So today we're going to be looking at all of the fixed blades that we've tested out that really stand above and beyond the rest and that I just absolutely love and can totally recommend to you guys. So not every single knife that we reviewed this year, is going to make it to the list. These are the cream of the crop that I want to share with you guys this year in this video. So enjoy as we take a look. So as we run through this video, we will have links below to not only different types of websites, depending on the knife, as well as Amazon. When you guys use those links that we offer to you, that's a great way to help support the channel. We get a small kickback, helps us get out there, buy products just like what we're talking about here today, and giving you guys continued, comprehensive, honest, full reviews of the knives that you're seeing here today and knives into the future, into 2018. So we thank you guys for using those hyperlinks that we're going to offer to you in the description below throughout this entire video. So we're going to kick this off with the cheapest knife we're going to look at today, and we tested this out at the beginning of the year. It's the Cold Steel GI Tanto. This thing that comes in at under $30. You're going to be getting a super tough, durable, and a knife that's really actually a pretty decent survival knife. Now, it's not a bushcraft knife, it's not a hunting knife, it's something that is designed to just be a beater tool, but the harder you beat on it, the more it keeps on ticking. It's going to come with a polymer sheath, which is awesome. You're going to get a decent size handle to get a good grip on. You're getting 1055 steel, which is super tough and really easy to put an edge on. You're going to have to resharpen it a lot, but that's okay for the price point. And then it's large. You're looking at about 7 inches for the blade, and I think about a 6-inch cutting edge. You can stab, you can pry, you can slice, you can cut, you can get that razor fine edge on it for under $30. For a knife of this size that can either do combat or survival tasks is super impressive to me, and I was really impressed with what it can do. And it's a great kind of knife to mod. If you want to get into modding knives, you can easily grind off the top guard, you can strip the coating, you can do different types of handle scale modifications. The handle scales are really easy, so those of you maybe wanting to learn how to modify knives or how to maybe start making your own knives or start a handle scale company or something like that, it's a great knife to get started with. And also for those of you just on a really tight budget looking to build out a bug out bag, survival kit, or just have a beater knife around camp, I think it's a great tool at an amazing price, and it's going to kick off our best fixed blades of 2017. Next up is the Humblest Mark II. This is just a more compact version of the well-known, well-loved, and one of my favorite choppers of all time, Humblest. Now, the Humblest is a big, large machete. It's designed to chop, split, and really be a massive, knife. The nice thing about the Humblest II is that they shortened it by 2 inches, changed the balance point, and because of that, it's a much easier tool to wield for finer tasks and really can be that kind of one-tool option. The Humblest is a one-tool option, but it's kind of large and it will fatigue your hand, and it's just hard to control with the finer cuts. This thing is way easier to control with feather stick making, notching, spear making, that type of thing, but you're still getting the amazing Kydex sheath. You're getting, Essie's lifetime warranty. You're getting good contoured handle scales with that micarta and that 1095 steel that's going to hold a great edge with that Rowan heat treat. So the Humblest Mark II is one of my favorite knives of the year, one of my favorite knives of all time, and actually in most ways is replacing my Humblest. So, and it really could be that standalone blade for you if that's what you're looking for, and you don't want to carry a compact knife and a large knife. You just want a big chopper, but something that's a little bit more balanced, a little more manageable than say a 10 or 11-inch knives that are just really heavy. So I love the Humblest II, and is definitely on this list, and I was super impressed with it this year. Next up, we have the Kbar Turok. I was super pumped to get my hands on this. I should have gotten it like a year earlier, right when it came out, because guys, I'm super impressed, and it is my favorite sub-$100 survival knife. It comes in around $80, depending on who, what, when, where, why. Again, throughout this video, we're gonna be having links below for you guys to check out these, but you're getting a polymer sheath, you're getting a full tang, 1095, US company. It's a saber grind. You're getting like a 6 1/4, I think, blade length. It's a great either combat combat tool if you like those larger combat knives, or it can absolutely do every survival camp task that I would expect out of this size of about a 12 ounce, you know, 6.5 inch, 6 inch cutting edge knife. This thing is phenomenal, great ergonomics, you know, and just really hits it out of the park for me on every level. Really have zero complaints with it. Really wouldn't change anything about it. You can chop, split, hack, it can stab, pry, and do fine carving and whittling and notching and all the type of tasks that you would want out of that mid-weight survival knife. You don't really need to upgrade the sheath. I think the polymer sheath would last for years without any need for upgrade, and just really was well designed. So the Kbar Turok is a home run and definitely deserves to be on this list. Next up is the SOG Pillar. Now, I have plenty of SOG knives. I've had several SOG seal pups. I've got a couple of their folders, the, what's it called, Aegis, the Trident, and for a budget offering, SOG has always kind of been there for me using their AUS-8. They've been doing it for years. You know, if you're looking for something basically like 60 bucks or under, they're a great option to look at, not only for their fixed blades, if you're looking for kind of a combat style knife, you know, field knife, or their lightweight assisted open folders. But this year, SOG decided to bring manufacturing for some of their knives back to the US, do premium steel, one of my favorite steels, S35VN, made it all in the USA, and came out with the SOG Pillar. And I gotta tell you guys, this thing is phenomenal. I totally love this blade. It is a great battle blade. You know, if you're looking for a US premium quality with really good steel, a Kydex molded plastic style sheath. I can't remember if it's molded plastic or Kydex, but a good, not nylon bogus sheath, and gonna give you crazy good grind angles, great penetration capability, good ergonomics, and gonna come in just under $200 for that S35VN steel for a combat field knife. This thing is phenomenal. It's always riding on my battle belt, and is a great tool for that type of work as well as for field craft. You know, so if you are a soldier, you're in the military, I think this would be a great option to look into something like that, or you just really like that style of like buoy clips and you like the SOG seal pup, but you want something with like a full tank construction, micarta, USA made with a way better type of steel that's easier to resharpen and will hold an edge way longer than say AUS-8. Boom, the Pillar is the blade for you. And I loved to see that SOG was bringing their manufacturing back, and I look forward to seeing what SOG does in the future with their US manufacturing with this premium level of tool and a knife, and see what they have to offer in years to come, because this is a great precedent. It makes me really want to see what SOG has coming out next. But the SOG Pillar, phenomenal field combat knife. Next on the list is the Tops, and I know I'm probably misspelling it, Kbar. I can't remember exactly how to pronounce it. Designed by their media relations guy over there, and a great guy, Craig, designed this knife. And what really made it stand out from the crowd to me when I saw it over at SHOT Show at the beginning of the year was the handle ergonomics and the massive belly, which when you look at it on the table looks like it has a massive recurve, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna suck to resharpen. But when you tilt it at the proper angle, it actually is just a massive belly. But the design of the tool allows you to chop huge amounts of wood out with every single swing without having to carry around tons and tons of weight, and is competitive with most hatchets that are, you know, I would say a handle width of under like 13 inches, or handle length of under 13 inches. So it is a powerhouse chopper. It's very blade heavy. So I mean, if you need chopping done, you like the Saber Grind 1095, you like what Tops does, the Kbar is an amazing tool. I love it. It is something that totally stood out for me of basically the best large knife chopper that we reviewed this year. Out of all the ones that we tested, this one took out the most chunks with the quickest amount of speed and accuracy, and that's something to be said because there's just so many other choppers out there on the market. So if you're looking for really that fine-tuned chopping tool, splitting tool, the Kbar really took the cake for me this year in that capability, and it's got the Tops quality, designed great grind angles, so it was able to chunk out, but it wasn't like really wide on those grind angles. It was really had that fine edge, so you could still do carving and whittling if you had to with this very large tool, where a lot of large tools like this just have really wide grind angles, and it's just a pain in the neck to try and do any sort of fine work, and they're basically just a chopping tool. This is designed to be a chopping tool, but it has the grind angles to be able to do finer work if need be. Super excited about this one, the Dark Timber 1911 Elite. Wow, this knife for that kind of compact, do everything knife, is phenomenal with CPM 3V steel, great ergonomics, great Kydex sheath. You're going to get a level of customization and a custom feel that you rarely find on production knives. The very high saber grind, keeping it under 3/16. You know, a lot of these like kind of field knife style blades, they come in at 3/16, which is okay, but it limits its slicing capability. With this crazy belly, this kind of like Persian dagger look to it and profile to it, allows this knife to perform in the slicing and cutting and the task that you would want, stabbing type of task that a knife designed like this you would want, more than most knives you'll ever find on the market. So totally dig this thing. Now they release these in runs over at several different websites. I'll try and have a couple links below. And I know that they're trying more and more to get, talking with Peter, the owner of the company. He's working really hard to try and get it to a point where there's really never a lag time, or if there is, it's weeks, not months or anything like that. So I would expect to see the 1911 Elite become more and more accessible, more and more available, and every single time that it's just the design is getting tuned up just that much better. So you're getting kind of like a semi-custom for just under $300. So totally dig the 1911 Elite in his like stand out of the crowd, phenomenal design. Next up is the Mora Garber. Now we did a head-to-head with the Kansbull and the Garber, both amazing knives. The Kansbull definitely is in that vein of what Mora has always been. And so the Garber for me is really why I like it is not only its size, the steel that they went with, that Sandvik, was it 12C28N, which is a great steel. The price point, the modularity of the sheath, it's pitching itself as this full tang, you know, like survival knife from Mora. The full tang or partial tang makes no difference to me at this size range. It's like a 4-inch cutting edge, but for that 4-inch cutting edge, 1/8 of an inch thick, it is a phenomenal camp bushcraft, finer detailed blade that can go with me all the time, and it's at a budget price, coming in at under $100. You know, a lot of knives of this similar size range, they're going to want, you know, over $100, but you're getting good blade steel, you're getting good modularity with the sheath, no need to upgrade the sheath in my opinion, and you're going to get something that has the grinding and just the geometry to get a lot, and I mean a lot, of fine work done for you around the campsite. And it's a great companion to go with axes, hatchets, or large wood choppers and a wood saw. So it's a phenomenal tool to keep in the collection, and it's something new from Mora, and that's why I'm putting it on this list. Nothing wrong with the Kansbull, but you know, it's a budget tool, and it has its place as kind of basically being what Mora always does, just, you know, fine-tuning some things, whereas the Garber is really a new direction for Mora, going with more premium steels, going with full tang, and doing some of those things makes it, for me, definitely stand out from the crowd of the knives that we tested this year, and stands out from the crowd of all the other Moras that are out there on the market. So if you like tools that are super functional but kind of have a Frankenstein look, this one is your blade. The Strama that we checked out from Finland, it's a Finnish tool, so you have to purchase it from a website, and I'll again try and include those links below. They're not available on Amazon or other major stores at this point in time when I'm making this video. They do them again in batches, you know, so you're gonna, like, they'll be available for a while, they'll be not available, they'll be available, they won't be available. But what you're getting is a tool for under $100. You're getting a very large knife with a huge handle that's gonna give you crazy grind angles that are gonna offer you the not only the power that you need to do a lot of chopping, but the handle ergonomics to move around, and just really stands out from a lot of other tools, not only for its design because it's so unique, but also for under $100 getting that level of chopping capability. The steel, I believe, is ADC, what is it, ADC2V. I'm totally messing that up, but I'll annotate that steel in. Yeah, that steel, I liked it a lot more, and it performed better for me than, say, like 1095, which is normally what you'll be getting on US products of similar size, in this size range, and in this price range. So you're gonna get better edge retention than what you would get with, say, like a Becker BK9 or like an Ontario RTAC 2. So I really dug this design, and it really stood out for me this year as not only being the ugliest knife I probably reviewed this year in the fixed blade category, but one of the best performers for those larger chopping tasks. So there you have it, folks. Thanks so much. I hope you've enjoyed this best of Fixed Blades 2017 video. Really looking forward to what 2018 has to offer, and just really excited that hopefully this video will help you guys out and maybe see some knives that you just kind of blew over before, but because it's on this list and you guys have watched the previous, years by, you're like, wow, okay, that definitely needs to be on my wish list now, or I need to go test that blade out. That's what I always want to do with these best of videos, and particularly this Fixed Blade for 2017. So always remember to check us out on all the relevant social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's a great way to see what's up and coming, projects we're working on, behind the scenes stuff. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.